The chart looks easy after the move already happened. The win looks effortless once someone posts it. Buy low, sell high, how hard can it be? So here is the honest question. If it's that simple, why doesn't everyone do it? Why 90% of traders are losers? It's not luck. It comes down to 10 things. Miss them and you stay stuck where most people are stuck. Understand them and you're already ahead of almost everyone who trades. 10 reasons, let's go. So, most people get this wrong before they even start. They believe one of two things. Either trading is a total scam, or it's easy and it's free money. And it's neither of those two things. Part of the scam belief is earned. There is fake gurus, signal sellers, people running real scam in this space. That's real. But it's not the main reason people call it a scam. The main reason is their own choice. They want the easy way, so they take it. They took the shortcut, the quick version, the simple strategy, the thing that skips all the hard parts, and then it fails. Of course it fails, but they don't walk away thinking, I took a shortcut, it was my mistake, and it was due to my decision that it didn't work. No, they walk away thinking, oh, trading is just a scam, that's why it didn't work. Their own bad decisions becomes proof of it was rigged, but it's not. The truth sits in the middle. Trading is a real skill, a real way to build wealth. But it's hard, and it takes years. Believe either extreme, that it's fake or that it's free, and you've already lost. You're getting ready for a game that it isn't the one in front of you. And nothing stops you from starting. There is no test, no waiting. No one checks if you're ready. You can open an app, add money, and place a trade before you even finish this video. Your phone is already in your hand. Now compare that to anything else people call it a real skill. You can't be a doctor without years of school. You can't fly a plane without hundreds of logged hours and real exams, because if you crash you are going to die. You can't even drive a car alone until you prove you can do it. Trading has none of those securities. No license, no exam, no safe period, where a mistake costs you a warning instead of your money. That freedom sounds great on paper, and in some ways it is. Nobody is stopping you from trying, but here is the catch. The fact that it's easy to start tells you nothing about how hard it is to survive. People confuse getting in with being ready. The market does not care if you're ready or not. And people copy. They see a strategy work for someone else and they take it as it is. No backtesting, no checking if it still works. They just expect it to work for them, exactly like it did for someone else, like a formula you drop numbers into. And it doesn't work like that. A strategy is a set of rules. The rules aren't what makes money. What makes money is understanding them, why they work, when they stop, and why they were created in the first place, and on what instrument, what market, and on what market conditions, and what they cost you when real money is on the line. Two people can trade the same rules, the same strategies, and get total opposite results. One tested it and understand why it works, the other just memorized the steps. The moment the market shifts, even a little, the one who copied it lost. He keeps running the same rules on a market they were never built for. Then he blames the strategy, when the real gap was in his own head. Now, take that borrowed strategy and add no risk management, no risk control. That's what actually blows people up, not trading. So if you read, for example, the book Market Wizards, which talks about the best traders in the world, most of them have one thing in common, and that is risk management. So risk management decides if you are going to survive or not. Risk management is what limits the losses. And it's almost never one bad trade that ends someone, it's a string of them, each one a little bigger than it should have been, because no rule was stopping the size from creeping up. That account was always going to blow. And we're still on the easy part. The next few reasons are the ones that catch even smart and careful people too. including the greatest traders. So it takes years, no tweaks, real screen time, the kind of feel for price that only comes from watching it move over and over again, in every kind of market for a long time. And there is no shortcut. You can watch every video, read every book, study every strategy ever published, and you still won't have what only time in front of real charts gives you. Because the best part of trading can't be put into words. It's pattern recognition, built from seeing the same setup play out hundreds of times. And people want the results. They don't want the years, that gap. They want the outcome without the wait. This is where most of the disappointment comes from. And markets move in cycles. One fixed strategy won't work forever, and you can't copy someone's approach and expect it to hold in every market that will ever exist. A strategy built for a trend falls apart in a range. An approach that printed when the market was fast bleeds for months when it slows down. That's not a flaw in the strategy itself, it's just what markets do, the change, and you knowing when the change happens. So trade what the market is doing now, not what it was doing when you learned the strategy off of a video. Most people either don't know they're supposed to adapt because nobody told them, or they know and just don't want to do it because it feels better to believe you found the one thing, the simple thing that works forever, than to accept you will be adjusting for as long as you trade. You are your own worst enemy. Staying calm when you're losing is hard. Staying calm when you're winning is harder, because winning builds quite overconfidence. And overconfidence sets up the next mistake. And staying calm when you honestly don't know what happens next, which is most of the time, that's a different skill from knowing your setup or your strategy. You don't show up with this. It gets built slowly, usually the hard way, by losing money. You don't build discipline by reading about it. You build it by getting tested again and again until you get calm over the years. Real thinking isn't enough. This takes real thinking, real analysis, real discipline. It's like chess or poker. There is always a side that loses and a side that wins. So you can't be lazy, checked out, unwilling to think, unwilling to be disciplined, and beat people who are better than you. And as Jesse Livermore said, one of the greatest traders on the planet, he said it himself, the human side of a person is the biggest enemy of the trader. And that's the truth about this game. Skill gets you the edge. It does not protect you from yourself. That's why point 7 and point 8 go together. An edge with no control is just a faster way to lose. You break faster alone. Doing this alone is part of why people quit. Not because you can't figure it out solo. You can. It's what being alone does to your judgment. Here is the real problem. Alone you lose the ability to tell a normal rough patch from actual failure. You don't just need people for ideas. You need them so you don't talk yourself out of the game during the part that was always going to be hard. If you're not alone, you can get it out of your chest. You can see people's view and opinion on multiple trades, especially if they trade the same way you do. So only a few make it, and now you know why. Only a small slice of traders makes money over the long run, around 1 in 10. Not because trading is fake, not because it's rigged, because you have to get all 10 of these right. The mindset, the patience, no shortcuts, real risk control, the years, adapting to a market that keeps moving, real discipline, real thinking, not trading alone, and not breaking down alone. All of it at once and for years. So if it were easy, everyone would already be rich from it. And they're not. That's the honest answer to the question in the title. So no, trading isn't for everyone. Not because most people can't do it, because most people won't pay what it costs. In time, in discipline, in years of work before any of it feels natural. So tell me in the comments which one hits you the most. I hope this video was eye-opening. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.